Ben was an adventurous 10-year-old with bright eyes and a heart full of wonder. Living in the coastal village of Clearwater Bay, he spent most of his days exploring the beach, collecting shells, and watching the waves crash against the shore. His favorite spot was a hidden cove framed by jagged rocks and soft sand that glistened like golden sugar. One afternoon, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky with strokes of pink and orange, Ben stumbled upon an unusual seashell half buried in the sand. It was larger than any he had ever seen, with swirling patterns of deep blue and silver that shimmered in the fading light. When he picked it up, a sudden chill ran down his spine. He felt as if the shell had whispered to him, a soft murmur he couldn't quite understand. Curiosity bubbled up in him, and Ben lifted the shell to his ear. The moment it touched his skin, a voice, soft yet clear, filled his mind. "Ben, help me." Startled, he dropped the shell. It tumbled back into the sand, the voice fading as it hit the ground. His heart pounded, but after a moment's hesitation, he picked it up again. This time he spoke. "Who are you? What do you mean, help?" The voice, now a gentle whisper, replied, "I am Marina, the spirit of the sea, trapped in this shell by an ancient curse. Only someone pure of heart can break it. Will you help me?" Ben's mind raced. It all sounded like the stories his grandfather used to tell him before bed, tales of sea spirits, enchanted sailors, and powerful magic. But looking at the mysterious shell, Ben knew this was different. It was real. "How can I help you?" he asked, a mix of fear and excitement in his voice. The shell pulsed warmly in his hand, as if in gratitude. "Take me to the Sea King's Rock when the moon is at its highest. There you must place me in the pool at the center and say, 'By the tides be free.'" Ben's eyes darted to the horizon, where the moon was just beginning to rise. He didn't have much time. Clutching the shell tightly, he ran back to the village, dodging rocks and splashing through shallow pools. He knew Sea King's Rock well. It was a massive stone that jutted out of the water a mile from shore, shrouded in legend and mystery. Villagers claimed it was cursed, but Ben felt a surge of determination. Marina needed him, and he couldn't let her down. By the time he reached the dock where old fishing boats were tied, the moon was high and silver. He untied a small rowboat and pushed off into the dark waters, the rhythmic splash of oars echoing in the silence. The sea was calm, but an eerie mist had settled, making the journey feel longer. Finally, Sea King's Rock loomed ahead, rising like an ancient giant from the deep. Ben's breath quickened as he stepped onto the slippery surface and climbed to the center, where a natural pool of seawater shimmered like liquid glass. The whisper from the shell grew louder, guiding him. "Hurry, Ben!" Marina's voice urged. He knelt at the pool's edge and placed the shell gently into the water. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the water began to glow, and the shell shone with a light that rivaled the moon itself. Ben's voice trembled as he spoke the words Marina had told him. "By the tides be free." The glow intensified, blinding him for a moment. When he opened his eyes, a figure stood before him made of sea foam and starlight. Marina, the spirit of the sea, smiled at him, her hair flowing like waves, eyes as deep as the ocean. "Thank you, brave one," she said, her voice now soft and warm, no longer trapped. "You have lifted the curse and brought peace back to the waters." Ben felt a wave of joy and awe wash over him. Before he could respond, Marina reached out, touching his hand. A delicate blue crystal appeared in his palm, glowing faintly. "This is a gift for your courage," she said. "Whenever you need me, hold it to your heart. With that, Marina faded into the moonlight, and the sea's song returned, a gentle lullaby. The mist cleared, and Ben realized he was not afraid. He made his way back to the boat, the crystal warm in his hand and a smile on his face. The sea was no longer just a place of adventure. It was a friend with secrets he would carry forever.